Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to explain Butterworth approximation and Chebyshev approximation in the concept of designing IAR digital filter. 1C, the connection between previous topics and current topics. I explained impulse invariant transformation method, bilinear transformation method, which are used to design IAR digital filter from n-log filter. A total explanation is in previous videos, you can check it. But how can you design n-log filter from this question mark? Instead of question mark, there are two parameters. I will explain in later. You will get to know that. So the concept of Butterworth approximation and Chebyshev approximation. By using these approximation method, we can design an n-log filter from this question mark. But what is the question mark? Let's see. Will that suspense. Let's dive into the topic. As you know very well, IR designing filter need to design equivalent n-log filter and then converting n-log filter into digital filter. To design n-log filter, there are two popular methods called the Butterworth approximation and Chebyshev approximation method. To convert n-log filter to digital filter, required method impulse invariant method and bilinear transform. Now we go for Butterworth approximation to design n-log filter. The Butterworth filter transformation is determined by using low pass filter specification. What is n-log filter? You know very well, n-log filters are types, low pass filter, band pass filter, high pass filter, and so on. In this semester and in this recording of digital signal processing, fortunately we are very familiar with only low pass filter and high pass filter only. Let's see what is the specification of low pass filter under discussion of n-log filter. Let's consider n-log low pass filter with RC network. You know very well how can you design an n-log filter by using resistance and capacitors. You can design an n-log filter. If you observe this circuit, if you give the Vn, we get output across a capacitor where Xc is nothing but reactance Xc 1 by 2 pi Fc. As increase of the frequency, if you increase the frequency with a constant amplitude and phase, that means we are not disturbing any voice or message or anything, just we are increase the frequency only, what happen in outside. As frequency increases, the reactance will be decreases, capacitor will act as a more and more short circuit. Output voltage connected to the ground, which is also more and more short circuit. So as increase the frequency, the output will be like a decreases. If the frequency is increased to infinity, the output will become like a zero. So there is no chance to increase frequency up to infinity. Just note this point. Transfer function versus frequency. This is the graph for ideal low pass filter. This is the graph for practical low pass filter. This is the pass band, this is the stop band because it attenuates the frequency. It allows the lower frequency. This is called low pass filter and this is ideal low pass filter. This is a practical low pass filter. The curve like practically we are not get such type of ideal low pass filter. You know very well in the society there is no person with a ideal characteristics in the society because every person has some false and negative shades as like here also practical low pass filter we are there is no chance to get a ideal characteristics. So unfortunately in practical we are getting graph like this only. So but if you observe that what is the slope of this vertical line, this is infinity. If you see this concept you can understand why it is infinity. The slope of this line is y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1. For example, if you observe the line 4 3 and minus 2 minus 1, the what is the slope of this line is by applying this formula we get some value. But if you move this point to this side to make a straight line, the vertical line, there is a point like this. So what is the slope of? You can calculate. You can definitely find out like a infinity. Here it is infinity slope at a cutoff frequency. So we cannot achieve such type of ideal characteristics. But our job is we have to try to make ideal characteristics. Try to that instead of try we have to replace the word. Draw the graph between h of f and a frequency. So this is the graph. This is the frequency called a pass band edge frequency. This is called a top band edge frequency. And you know very well cutoff frequency. And initially keep filter plot as a constant. The instead of infinity slope will keep some slope. Where fp is equal to pass band edge frequency, where fs is equal to stop edge frequency. This is called stop band. that means attenuate the frequency. It is a pass band, that means it allows the frequency. Whereas transition band is means difference between FP and FS. The cutoff frequencies occurs exactly the value where the gain is reached minus 3 decibels of a maximum gain down from the maximum value in the log scale. In absolute scale, gain by root 2 at a cutoff frequency. Finally, we conclude that we cannot achieve practical filter with an infinity slope, so we have to approximate the slope. The approximation has given two quantities, that is called a pass band edge frequency and stop band edge frequency. If you observe the graph, this is called pass band edge frequency, this is stop band edge frequency. So these are the main two quantities are act as a anchoring point, because I want to shift these points towards this side and this point is towards this side. Finally, I want to make a line as infinity slope, because always try to make it like ideal characteristics. Of course, it is too difficult to achieve any low pass filter with the ideal characteristics. But though we are tried, that means we have to approximate. So that is the reason these are the two points are very necessary to approximate the filter. These are the 2 points, FP and FS. So what are the approximation methods? Butterworth approximation, Chebyshev approximation, elliptical approximation method. In this video, I'm going to explain only Butterworth approximation. Chebyshev approximation will be explained in further classes. Now come to the point Butterworth approximation. To find the analog filter H of S, our aim is, you know very well, once again go back to design H of Z from H of S, but we don't know H of S, then I want to design H of S. That means I want to design analog filter from this question mark. Still we don't know those what are the parameters. Let's see what happens. So to design H of S by using Butterworth approximation, let's see what happens. So consider a graph between H of f versus a frequency, magnitude versus frequency. There is a smooth line that is called, this is a pass band, this is a stop band. There is a smooth line, there is no ripples. If it is ripples means highs and lows, number of highs and lows in the curve, then we go for another approximation method is called Chebyshev. We will discuss in next later classes. There is a line with a smooth line, then we go for Butterworth approximation. So then what are the characteristics of Butterworth approximation? Let's see. So before to understand the characteristics, to find out the magnitude or transfer function of the a particular low pass filter, you just consider a network with a first order like RC network, which is V in and V out, and finally you can find out the magnitude response by using voltage divider rule. You know very well the formula in network analysis. You can find out this voltage divider rule. V out 1 by C by R plus 1 by C V in. So after solving this, you can get a formula like H square 1 by 1 plus omega by omega C whole square. This is the formula. Same like see this. This is the modulus H of omega square 1 by omega C and power 2n. See where n is called order of the filter. This is the first order filter, so that there is like 1. If it is second order, as I increase the order, what will happen in the circuit? Number of capacitors and resistors are increases, so that the circuit will be like a complexity, and it will be like increase the cost also. So that try to minimize the order of the filter. So this is the equation. If you substitute omega equal to 0, modulus h will become like 1. If you omega is equal to infinity, modulus h is equal to 0, and omega equal to 1 by RC, magnitude of h like 1 by root 2, that means h square equal to 0.5. That's the magnitude cutoff frequency. This is called a cutoff frequency. Omega is equal to 1 by RC, and omega, see, it is a rough work, so that I am represent like a digital frequency, but we have a topic analog low pass filter, so that we have to represent the ohm. This is like a analog frequency. By using this expression, you can draw the graph h of omega and omega. So if frequency is 0, the magnitude h of will be like 1. If it is omega is infinity, that means frequency is infinity, that magnitude of h is nothing but 0. So if you observe these 2 points like this, and cutoff frequency with a 0.5, by using these 3 points we can draw this line. So after that you can observe that this is called a pass band edge frequency, this is called a stop band edge frequency, this is a 1, magnitude is 1, and this point is called a del p, or that means pass band attenuation. This is called a stop band attenuation. it has four characteristics. The heading is like a characteristics of the Butterworth low pass filter. So here we get a four characteristics because del P, del S, omega P and omega S. That means analog frequency, pass band edge frequency and stop band edge frequency. So these are the four characters. But among these four characters, if you observe this transfer function, the transfer function is mainly depends upon two values. That is, where n is equal to order of the net filter and another one is omega c. There are two basic parameters to get a transfer function of n-law filter in a Butterworth approximation. So finally, what should we understand? Like instead of a question mark, there are only two parameters. One is order of the filter, another one is omega c. So these two parameters are replaced. So to design analog low pass filter, we are using these two parameters only, where n is equal to order of the filter, omega c is a cutoff frequency. By using these two parameters and by approximate Butterworth or Chebyshev approximation, we can design an analog filter. How does order of the filter is affected? What is the effect of order of the filter in a low pass filter? If you increase the order of the filter, stop band edge frequency shifted more towards the cutoff frequency. For example, if you increase the order of the filter, second order, where n equal to 1, then equal to first order. If n equal to 2, second order. If you increase the further order, then what happen? See, red line is called a second order. So what happen? Pass band edge frequency, sorry, stop band edge frequency is moving towards idle character. If increase furthermore, so our achievement is to get a idle cache. It is possible with the increasing n, but another problem is there, that is if increase the n, complexity also increases and cost also increases. So this is a tragedy thing in our class. So this is how in this scenario we just observe that how the order of filter is affected to the low pass filter. And one point you have to observe that all the order must passes through the 0.5 values or cutoff frequency. This is a very important point. Now this is time to find out the order of the filter. How can you find out? So magnitude, response and gain of the low pass filter. H of modulus h of omega square is equal to 1 by 1 plus omega c 2 power n. This is the magnitude of the formula, right? This is, I want to find out the magnitude. This is the magnitude here. This is the magnitude. But I want to find out the magnitude at del p. Then what is the formula? And magnitude at del of s. What is the value of? So let's see. Find out. Del of p whole square is equal to 1 by 1 plus omega p omega c 2n. Instead of frequency, instead of normal frequency, we are using pass band edge frequency. Here stop band edge frequency we are using. So both terms are divided one by one. Then it is possible to find out n value. We just pause it and observe the calculation. Finally, we get n is equal to log del s power minus 2 1. Finally, we get these values, right? So if you want to find out the order of the filter or n value, now it is time to find out the pole. What is the pole? Denominator is nothing but pole. How can you find out the pole for n-law filter? See this. Right side derivation is called for pole of the filter. If n is increases, practical filter approaches, but poles become complexity. You know very well. If the order is increases, second order, third order, then the poles also increases. S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C. So that there are three poles. A third order filter has a three poles. So that what happen if n increases, poles also increases, so that it becomes like a complex. So if you observe, if you take the same formula transfer function, you require a transfer function in S plane, so that omega can be replaced with uh, S by J. You know very well S is equal to J omega, so that we can replace S by J omega. Finally, after normalizing and S square minus by omega c square, the value become like this. And after that, S square is equal to minus omega c square e power j 2k minus 1 by 2n pi. So sk is equal to plus or minus j square. This is the pole. For example, see, if order is n equal to 1, then it is equal to 1 by s plus 1. If order is n equal to s square plus root 2 s plus 1, this is s square plus b s plus c model. So that there are required poles. We consider only left half of s plane because stable. We are not concentrate on our right side poles. Okay. And now Butterworth low pass filter transfer function. This is the main transfer function formulas. For normalized transfer function, this is unnormalized frequency. Normalized means omega c equal to 1. Unnormalized is nothing but omega c is not equal to 1. That is mean cut off frequency. So when n is even, this is the formula. When n is odd, this is the formula. Find or observe the transfer function of h of s. First observe the each order using. See, first order Butterworth low pass filter n equal to 1. So sk by omega c is equal to minus sine 2k minus 1 pi 2n plus j cos 2k minus 1 2n pi. This is the one of formula k equal to 1 2 3n. So if you substitute n equal to 1 and k equal to 1, then we get a sk by omega c equal to minus 1. See this. In Laplace transform, you always see that pole by, for example, 1 by s plus 1. This is the pole, right? S equal to minus 1. Same as like we get value sk by omega c minus 1 is put left side, then and you keep it in a denominator, then is one of N-law filter. This is the first of N-law filter. One thing I forgot, that is called BK, where here to see this unnormalized we get a bk, right, where bk is nothing but 2 sine 2k minus 1 by pi 2n. This is of course no need worry about the derivation, but I will explain in later. Come to the second order nothing but n equal 2 and k equal 1 2. That means s1 to omega c minus 1 by root 2 plus or minus j 1 by root 2. These are the two poles, and k equal to 1 and k equal to 2, so that we get like these values, keep it in a denominator, then it is called becomes like n-law filter, right? This is third order. Let's see third order. N equal to 3, k equal to 1 2 3, then the values become like this. Finally h of s is like third order Robust filter. If omega c is not equal to 1, then the formula becomes like this. So this is the thing. If n is odd, then there is must be a real pole at s equal to minus omega c. Remaining is complex. If n is even, then there is all poles are complex conjugative. This is the main valid points. You just remember it. If omega c equal to 1, then two complex poles in third order, product of two complex conjugate poles given n. See this, where bk equal to 2 sine 2k minus 1. Finally we get if n is even, n is odd. So these are the formulas. So now this is the time to explain problems. Design of n-log low pass filter using Butterworth approximation. If n is equal to 4, omega c not equal to 1, then this is the way to find out. Another, if is n equal to 5, this is omega c equal to 1, then this is the one of the formula. So by observing this problem, you can easily understand what is the Butterworth approximation. Let's see. Design a second order digital Butterworth filter with a cutoff frequency 1 kHz and sampling frequency is 10 power of 4 samples per second by and bilinear transformation method also. So what he asking you, like find out a digital filter with a bilinear transformation method. At the same time, bilinear transformation method, at the same time you have to design h of s by giving the values like second order, right, n equal to 2, and what is the omega c cutoff frequency is 1 kilohertz. These are the two values only. It given only order 2 and omega c is a cutoff frequency. So by using these two values, you can design a h of s by using Butterworth approximation, and after that applying bilinear transformation, you can design a h of z. So this is the question. So let's given that n equal to 2 omega fc is equal to 1 kilohertz and sampling frequency 10 to the power of 4 sample per seconds. So to find what do we need to find out? N-log filter, right? Required formula. So omega c equal to 2 by t tan inverse omega c by 2, and another formula is h of s. This is the N-log filter, right? So we have to find out what is the values omega c you want. But omega c is nothing but 2 by t tan inverse omega c, but you don't know value of omega c, a digital cutoff frequency, right? So to find out the digital frequency 2 pi f by fs, sampling frequency already the given. So finally omega c is equal, this is the answer, and 0.2 pi, and you can substitute, and finally we get this value. But alternate method is also there. Fc is equal 1 kilohertz, then analog frequency 2 pi fc, and finally you get nearly it is equal 0.628. So now everything is with you. Omega cutoff frequency is there, and also poles n equal 2 is also right. The second order means 1 by s minus p2, 1 by s minus. This is the rough work. So you want to find out the poles because you want to design an analog filter, right? SK two poles, so that S1 and S2. and 6 point omega c 6.49. So you just pause it and observe. Finally you get h of s is like this. There are two poles, right? This is one of pole and this is another pole. These are the two poles, and this is the left half of S plane, so that the filter is in stable. So finally you got h of s omega c, where bk is equal to, this is the formula. If you substitute this bk also in the place of bk, then you get h of s like this. So this is the bk, right? So substitute these values, finally you get h of s. Now this is the time to design a digital IR filter by using a bilinear transformation method. You know very well, you just replace s with this expression, you can easily find out h of z. So this is the way to find out h of z. Now, going to explain Butterworth digital high pass filter using a Bayesian transformation method by taking a t equals 0.1 second, so satisfy the following specification. Here and draw the direct from 1 and 2 structure of the filter, verify the design by sketching the frequency response. So here the 0.6 to 1 is nothing but a magnitude, for a frequency is 0.75 to pi. This is digital frequency. You just observe it. And here 0 to 0.35 is a frequency. In this between frequency we get a magnitude like this. If you draw the graph, what is the graph for this, by giving these values, you know very well how it will look like high pass filter. That means it allows high frequency only. This is the high frequency, low frequency will be blocked, right? But in ideal case, high pass filter, that means it allows only high frequency and blocks the or attend to the low frequency. But this is ideal characteristics, and you know very well this is called pass band frequency, this is a stop band frequency, and you know very well what is a stop band edge frequency and pass band edge frequency. If in practical we get practically we are getting like this. So we are getting high pass filter graph, we are observed like this. So omega p is equal to 0.6 and omega s is equal to 0.1, because you see observe that what is the higher frequency and what is the lower frequency and magnitude and everything. See, this is the 0 lower frequency, 0 to 0.35, that means that the magnitude less than or equal to 0.1, and after 0.75 to pi, so this is a higher frequency, then 0.6 and 1, so that this is a del p, this is a del s 3.5, and 0.75 to pi. So this is the pass band edge frequency, this is a stop band edge frequency, this is called J1 and this is called 6, 0.6, and this is 1. So finally, to find out the h of z, we want to find out h of s. To find out h of s, we need to find out n order of the filter, and del omega s and omega p, these also values are all don't know. So to find out that values, see this omega p equal 2 by t tan inverse omega p by 2, so that we can easily find out omega p and omega s and substitute the values n. This is the formula for to find out the order of the filter. You know very well how can you find out. So after that, h of s is equal to omega c square s square plus omega c s bk plus omega c square. This is unnormalized transfer function. After substituting all values, and you can find out this is h of s. After substituting, bilinear transformation method is nothing but to replace this s with this expression. So finally you get like this. So omega p omega s values like this, and order of the filter is 1.7267, so it is nearly equal to 2, so that if it is even, the h of s will become like this. So n equal to 2, so substitute all values, bk is nothing but 2 sine 2 minus, this is the one of the formula, and h of s. So this is h of n. Now we find out h of z. You know very well how can you find out by using bilinear transformation method, and apply the bilinear transformation method and find out the h of z. After that, you can find out the direct form 1 and direct form 2. To find out the frequency response, as the question is asking you, just replace z is equal to e power j omega. You can convert the spectrum in terms of sines and cosine. Tabulate the all values which of omega, e power j omega versus omega, then draw the graph. This is called a frequency response. So this is the concept of Butterworth approximation. If you have any doubts, please mention in comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.